In biblical times, looking at the night sky was the most scientific and advanced way to determine what was about to happen in life. Our ancient ancestors used the moon and its phases the way that we use our iPhones today. The moon told them what season, what month, what day it was, what the weather would be, and of course, the stars' positions told them where they were. Antique GPS. This intense connection, really a dependence on the night sky, is evidenced in the way almost all Jewish holidays have a relationship with the moon. The full moon is ablaze on Tu B'Shvat and Purim, the first nights of Passover and Sukkot, and Shavuot follows a week after the first phase of the moon. And each and every month, the Jewish calendar notes Rosh Chodesh, the first day of the month and the restarting of the lunar cycle. Rosh Hashanah, approaching so very soon, is perhaps the only major holiday on the Jewish calendar to begin with a new moon, a moon that is almost invisible. It is this invisible moon that is the reason why much of the Jewish world celebrates 2 days of Rosh Hashanah. Spotting the moon is very difficult at this phase, and even though our ancestors knew when it should appear, the law was that they actually had to see it somehow, and often waiting for the report of that sighting by witnesses necessitated an extra day of festivities, and it lasts even to today. It's remarkable that this holiday has come to be so important and is based so much on hope for the future. And it begins with an essentially dark night sky. Judaism is a religion of symbols, and to begin the year with darkness and mystery has significance. Beginning our year with a sea of blackness and only a few tiny points of light that we have to strain to see might sound like the epitome of pessimism, but actually it's the opposite. It is the very illustration of persistent hope. The very first commandment given to the Jews as a nation, as a people in Exodus, was the sanctification of the new moon each month, the obligation to mark with joy the restarting of the cycle, the sighting of even the smallest portion of this heavenly body. What is the subtext of this commandment? Perhaps it is an assertion that, according to our tradition, a modicum of good, a tiny sliver of hope, a little glimmer that disrupts the darkness is sufficient for a new beginning. Judaism is optimistic and also realistic. When we gather together next week to mark the new year, we will not hear great promises of wealth and prosperity, of boundless joy and good fortune coming to each and every one of us. Rather, we will hear this promise, one that is proven to be true time and time again. If you look into the darkness of the sky or into the darkness of hard moments in your life, and if you strain your eyes, you will find a glimmer of light. And that light, if you nurture it and keep it in your sight, will grow. The words of Isaiah that our tradition instructs us to read this week as we prepare for Rosh Hashanah focus on light as the key image for new beginnings. Isaiah writes that the most reliable kind of light doesn't come from nature at all. Rather, it comes from within each person. The spark of God that is inside of us is more powerful and long-lasting than the sun or any star because natural light is not made of feeling. Nature doesn't care about us. It doesn't care about human beings. It simply is. It sticks to its patterns and its routines, no matter what we may need or want from it at that moment. Anyone who has planned an outdoor wedding will attest to this feeling of vulnerability. We are at nature's mercy, and nature has none. But the light that comes from people is supernatural, plentiful, never-ending, It is a ner tamid. The light that we strain to see during dark times is actually a reflection of the hope that resides within our very souls. And that light is responsive to others. That light does have mercy. That light is made of love. It is moved by humanity. The thesis of this week's prophetic reading and the thesis of this season is that the light that comes from faith and hope and kindness and love and resilience and grace is never truly gone. Looking for it ignites it every single time. So that is what we do when we come together next week. We come together in a collective holy search for light. And our searching is the fuel that fans the flames. And with the growing light we foster, we will make the world brighter as the new year begins. Oh, shine your light and guide me through the fright. I am in search of you. Take me in your grasp and shine your light so I can hold you tight. I put my faith in you. Take me in your grasp and shine your light. Shana Tova and Shabbat Shalom.